Staying too little to quit, man. Whatever it is you doing. And I remember last time I went live, I think TikTok was getting banned and some crazy stuff was going on. But TikTok was unbanned for 75 more days. And let's check out what's going on in the world, man, while we just be staying lit, too lit to quit, man. Check this out. Deportations going on. So people are in arms right now, man. Yep, they shut down the 101 in downtown LA, man. I'm glad I didn't have to go down that way. Sure, I would have been stuck in traffic. LA traffic sucks. I don't know if y'all know that. 10 to 15 minutes could turn into like 30 to 45 minutes easy, depending on what's going on. Especially if there's some what do you call that stuff? Protest? Good luck. What up, what up? What up with it, Montana? I just seen your comment right now, bruh. We packing the bowl right now, man. Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on. First there was the fires. Now you got this going on. Crazy things, man. Almost feels like we're living in a simulation right now, huh? Simulation. Yeah, so right now we're just keeping up with what's going on in the world, you know. I'm in California, so I gotta see what's going on. Keeping y'all updated. Typically, I just be watching this to myself. But I said, why not just go live and watch it with the peoples, man? Because y'all probably don't even see what I see. Appreciate you for coming through, Montana. I mean, I don't know what they do to the protesters. I think out here they probably I think they just arrest them, probably take their information down and let them go. I don't even know if they really do anything with them. I think it's more like a catch and release. Oh yeah, bro. Out here in I think in LA. Oh yeah, appreciate you following me in IG, man. Yeah, no. In LA, bro, it's all this protest going on, man. But like mostly like towards downtown LA though. Then you have like San Diego. I think you have like different parts of California going on strike. I think the high schools they walked out and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Shoot. We don't even be talking to kids in high schools and stuff. That's why we don't even know. We don't even know what's really going on. Look at them. Yeah. stay too lit to quit. Whatever it is you doing, man. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Stay too lit to quit. I'll be dropping more reviews too. This is crazy, man. Feels like I'm in GTA right now. Just a bystander. Look at that. What's going on? Almost like they got some little paintball over there. Would they bring the SWAT team out? Yep. It's about like, I think 4 stars right there. Like 4 stars. The tank is what comes in 5 stars. Hold on, let me see if there's another video I can show you. Okay, this one's almost over. Where's that other dude at? Check this. I think this is outside City Hall right here. There's a gang of people though, but not that much though. I guess not as bad as the what was it, George Floyd riots.
Breaking news, more student walkouts and protests of President Trump's immigration and deportation policies. But today things getting heated with fights breaking out in downtown LA. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us for the KTLA 5 News at 3. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. One person was injured in a stabbing during the protest in March that ended at LA City Hall.
Let's get right to KTLA 5's Rachel Minitoff. She's live in downtown LA with the latest on that investigation. Rachel?
Glenn, Lou, that's right. This is the 6th day in a row that people have been demonstrating against President Trump's mass deportation policies. And unfortunately, things turned violent very quickly. You can see here behind us, police have cordoned off this portion of Grand Park and crowds have since dispersed after a brawl then led to a stabbing. I believe Sky 5 is also overhead to give you a bird's eye view of the large police response in front of City Hall and what is now a crime scene. There have been moments of unruliness with protesters throwing punches at one another. We captured aerial images.
What are they fighting about over
away
there?
On a stretcher, bloodied and bruised.
Is it oppositions or the same?
To a stabbing here in
Are they from different sets from Mexico? What's going on over there?
Throughout the week, students and Los Angeles residents have been taking to the streets to voice their frustration with the president's new policies on deportation, displacement, and separation of families. Several people say the protest began very peacefully and then quickly turned violent. Listen.
I came to the protest. There was a guy that came up, not even a part of the protest, and just shanked the dude. And I got it all on my camera, and I just walked over. I told him to apply pressure, you know, cut up some shirts, wrap it around him so it stopped the bleeding.
The organizers, I guess, were telling people over the microphone to everyone go home, come back another day, we're going to regroup and come back and still fight for immigrant rights.
Because of the violent incident that took place?
Yes.
Bruh. Are you even still allowed to go on strike if you guys did something? Like, that's crazy. Like, I wonder.
Police did issue an order to disperse. They've temporarily blocked off Spring Street in front of City Hall.
A lot of these strikes are not even getting permits or whatever. Like, they're doing it unlawfully.
They are going to regroup.
I guess there's a certain way you got to do a strike. You got to get a permit and all that to do your strike. That's crazy. I never even knew that. I never knew you had to get it approved to be on strike. That's crazy.
Nap.
Check this out.
A very long nap. I would say that's what sucks about it too. I had to read that off a phone and like put it in my words, and I was like, "Oh, man."
This is that Hawk Tour girl that ran off on the plug on y'all, man. The one that she rug pulled.
I'm going to bed. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
See,
so
don't
after
mess with
Haley
crypto.
Welch finally emerged from her several-month-long nap
Do your
after
due
launching
diligence.
her Hawk meme coin that immediately lost over $490 million in hours, she returned to her Talk to a podcast with YouTuber FaZe Banks, who apparently was just trying to hook up with her, stating he only agreed to do the show under heavy stipulations. And then the episode randomly leaked online, causing the coin to again pump from 8 million to 26 million in 20 minutes, then dumping 66% in 5 minutes, having FaZe Banks calling her team incompetent, stupid people. So before we get into what actually happened in that podcast, I'd like to mention when I originally covered this story, I called it out. She was just this overnight internet sensation that suddenly got sprung into millions of fans, an opportunity at making money, and was ultimately taken advantage of. The problem being, to this day, through this interview, you can tell she still has no idea what happened, how to prevent it from happening again, and doesn't seem to have a plan to make any of this right, other than parroting whatever suggestion sounds smart, which is exactly how she got in this situation in the first place. As most of this episode on her podcast was FaZe Banks and his team telling her what she should do, and Haley deferring to her attorney.
Well, so basically how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like a, what they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, oh, we're going to change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's going to be a good place. And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it. And it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up here.
All right, you guys, I only got one sponsor
What
left
the
because there's some real
hell?
ones and they've stuck with me since every bit of this started.
So
Explain.
this idea got brought to me like months ago, and I was kind of, I don't want to do that. I don't know anything about it, and I've never heard the space is a good place to be. So I was like, I don't know about it. Which we trusted the guy that come to us.
We heard a little bit about him. Apparently, he had like a pretty strong network in LA and kind of used that as leverage to, give himself a vouch. And I think the guy probably more or less overstated his qualifications in executing something like this. Fair to say?
Well, really, everything went good, and then I noticed like the day of the launch, he was like a little weird about it, like he was pacing around on the porch, and I don't know, it just makes you suspicious. And then we finished a podcast that day, and then I ended up going in that room over there to get on that live, where I was like scripted to say this, that, and the other, but put it in my own words.
This is what I think the internet always wants to know is like, do they offer you money up front, part of the tokens? Like, how did that work? Like,
so the deal, I can speak to that. So the deal that she did was like a brand image likeness deal where they paid her $125,000 up front. They were supposed to pay her $200,000 after the launch of the coin within 30 days. 80% of the supply is still in control. The dev still controls 80%.
And who are they?
I do not know who the dev is. That was never disclosed to us.
basically, when you have a coin where people have a bunch of pre-sale, it means like a bunch of the people got this early access to it.
That
So
normal
all the
people don't have access
that normal
to.
people don't have access to. And so I think it's less the problem that there's a coin and more just the way that it was done was.
So who has that, the 80%?
All right. Cut it short. The thing about these coins is that they have to have utility, y'all. All right, it has to do something. If you don't know of it doing anything, don't even buy the coin. If it's not, like, if you can't even, if it's not even used daily or
What
like
is
there's
Dell?
nothing, I don't know how to explain it, man.
And why anybody would take financial
Don't
advice
invest
from
into
her is
anything you don't
beyond
know
me,
anything about.
as she obviously knows next to nothing about crypto, investments, or anything that would signify her advice was a wise decision. But again, you don't dedicate hours of your day listening to Talk to her if you typically make sound financial decisions,
Hey,
as the
Talk
only
to her,
genuinely
though.
good advice she
That's
received
a good one.
was in the end.
How much total money has been received due to this?
125,000 has
Been received.
been received.
Yeah. Basically what Frank just said in normal people terms is you take every dollar that you made on this and you mark it by this token and you lock it up. You walk away from it. You don't ever see that money. You can never touch it again.
It happened.
But,
Yeah.
her buying in right now with what's on the market is there's 80%
Yes.
that's not available.
What does that mean?
What would have been the best way she could have executed? Just for everybody watching this and any future.
She does not know what
because I feel like this will be
80%.
cited.
The
and
best
stuff.
way to do it would have been not to do it.
Of it not being available.
And no disrespect to Haley and her abilities. She took a random viral clip on the internet and turned it into a career opportunity, which is more than most people are able to do. But she needs to stick
She
to what
ruined
she
her
knows.
name trying to
no
do
more
this, y'all.
apologies, explanations, or even trying to correct her mistakes. Just go back to what got you there in the first place, which sadly is making funny comments about adult activities. Some people may look down on it, but that girl behind the Call Her Daddy podcast is making millions. And as far as I know, she never tried to
she
comment
made a lot
on
of money
crypto,
off
start
Camilla.
animal charities, or anything outside what her listeners originally tuned in for. The same way I have interests outside commenting on crime, politics,
Hey, shout out
and
this
viral
Korean
internet
dude,
moments.
man. He be.
I know you don't click my videos
like his
to watch me
commentary.
play Minecraft or rant about the Boston Celtics. Saying stay in your lane or shut up and dribble is only seen as an insult to people that have an overly inflated view on their opinions on everything. Rich celebrities sharing their political opinions with us is about as valuable as me telling Patrick Mahomes how to read the blitz. It doesn't make me any stupider or less of a person because my opinion doesn't mean anything to him. It's just that as a society, we need to stop equating credibility with popularity. And maybe that'll finally stop these $1 million meme coin scams. But
Yeah.
if you appreciate my concise,
I
lighthearted
mind these
commentary
meme
on the
coins,
tragic
yo.
status that is today's reality, hopefully
I
I
mean,
earn
like
your
you're gonna
subscription
miss out on a
YouTube,
lot of money,
and
but
we can chat again
at
soon.
least you're not gonna lose any money. Okay, so that was so much. Let's take a little pause. Oh yeah, watch one of these right here. Sometimes you can't watch too much of that politics stuff, man. Bro, I wish I could be bombing it with this dude right here, dude. Check that out. Take a pause. Can we do the bit rate? Or is that too much? Oh, let's see what's on my homepage. Students protest. Oh, who burned it? Oh, let's listen. Let's look. Commentary.
What it do, YouTube?
What it do?
So I guess Nina Boy is catching Spider-Lo's back fade because my boy has officially jumped into the mix. So
Nina
today
Boy.
Nina Boy decided to interview
the hell is Nina
Neptune.
Boy?
He's allegedly an OG from Queen Street Blood. He was one of the hitters from over there.
I be having young niggas looking for me, baby. I'm a grandpa, man.
I ain't even gonna lie. My boy Neptune was talking spicy, my boy. According to Neptune,
My
he knew
boy.
Bosco when he used to be Little Virgo. I can't even
My
imagine
boy.
Bosco being called Little Virgo. He said that Bosco used to live on Bryanhurst. You know, over there in the rolling 60s. Bosco, you might want to respond to this man because he's putting a lot of allegations on you. Neptune said he respects his big homie Donut, but according to him, he can never respect anyone that got put on at the age 19. Neptune said he was putting in work at the age 13, but at the age 19, Bosco barely got put on.
So Bosco got put on at 19, I heard you say on Spider Loc Live.
Macaroni, like macaroni and cheese in the morning.
So
there ain't no back and forth about it. Like it's
macaroni like a macaroni.
Neptune responded to Bosco about taking a stand. According to him, nobody from Queen Street knew about it. This happened when Bosco was only 12 years old. This happened way before he joined the gang. Neptune said how we knew about it beforehand, then we would have never put him on the set.
Remember when his mama got on Street Gangs and told the world that he took the stand? How did the Queen Street Bloods feel about him taking the stand at 12?
Bro, we didn't even know he was still on Brian Hurst.
He was in the 6th? Oh, no. Come on, man.
Neptune said when Bosco first joined the hood, everybody used to call him Oatmeal Face. They used to make him squeeze his own face because according to them, every time he did it, pus would come out of his face.
I used to call him Oatmeal Face in the hood when he first got put on. Now I told him to smush his whole face, pus come out. He know the joke, Oatmeal Face.
Bosco, he officially summoned you for the DP.
Then it's DPs in the hood. You was DPs in the hood.
Then it's DPs in the hood.
Neptune made some strong allegations against Munchie B. He vouched that he did get clapped up by his own hood. So he's asking Munchie B this one question. Why would you claim a gang that tried to take your life? Neptune is basically standing on what he said.
If a nigga try to kill you from your hood, my nigga, why are you still claiming it? That's going to make somebody feel uncomfortable. So do you want to clear that up, or are you standing on that?
Big Munchie been where I've been, and we both ain't got no peanut butter in our drawers.
Whose man's is this?
I'm gonna explain why Bosco got involved in this drama. Remember, this is just my opinion. When Tiny Munchie B did that interview with Munchie B, he claims that J Hood won 50-0 against the East Coast Crips. Bosco was the first person.
I'm pretty sure there's people that's been fighting in school anyway. They made their movement look bad on that one. What are these people? Fugazi?
Explain maturity. Like that's a guy.
My mama said he's waiting on the homies right now. Yeah, we waiting on the loads, you know.
This is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used.
You know what we should do?
So this is.
Watch this dude's video.
This is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online. So that.
I wonder why this Karen thinks that Big Balls is an unfortunate name. Yeah, why we're going to get tone police by some fucking Karen? Get out of here.
That would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside Doge, and we looked into his background.
This is an official CNN broadcast. Wired. Doge Team, aka Big Balls Online, has access to government systems.
It's not good, y'all.
What I find to be so funny about this is that basically every person in the federal government, if you work for the federal government, you have access to systems and classified and private information of citizens. Like, you go through a whole process of this. They act like this is some kind of a big fucking secret or like some kind of crazy thing. Everybody has this. Even I had this.
So we found, several notable things, Aaron. One of which is that this individual has founded multiple companies, including one with another unfortunate name, Tesla.sexy LLC.
Why is that unfortunate? What's unfortunate about that? I think that's funny.
That is funny.
We have these tone policing middle-aged Karens that are sitting around trying to fucking tone police everybody's jokes. This isn't unfortunate. It's fucking funny.
Which he established in 2021. He would have been around 16 years old. Now, this LLC controls dozens of web domains. So, Kara, you hear this, and you have known...
Great. So now we have 3 Karens. So this is the Council of Karens to complain about Big Balls is now a government expert. Great. Just what we need. Sounds like a smart kid. Yeah, no, I totally support him. I don't know what he said, but I support him. Do you stand with Big Balls? I do. I stand with Big Balls. Absolutely.
Elon Musk for years. So now you look at these young men who are now in data and in the private information about maybe hundreds.
And you know what's really funny is that all the memes about how 4chan is auditing the government, it turns out that pretty much all of them are true. Because I heard that Big Balls also made a bunch of racist posts too.
Millions of American citizens as young as 19, the Big Balls here that he's talking about. Most of them are in their early 20s. There's next section I want to get to in a minute. I'm curious though, Kara, how well does even Musk know these young men, do you think?
I have no idea. I think there's no vetting whatsoever. As you can see, that's taking place. It took Katie and the really great Team Wired has done a stomp.
Damn, that is some quick talking right there, boy.
But there's an expression in technology. It's not. It's a feature, not a bug.
Jackson.
That's true.
So this is a 19-year-old.
That's exactly it. Uh-oh, this is gonna be fucking funny. Oh god, this is gonna be good. Are you guys ready? Oh shit. You might not be happy about it, but big balls is what peak performance looks like. Well, here's the funny thing about
These TikTokers just destroyed their lives as they could face up to 10 years in prison, all for the dumbest ways possible to get attention on TikTok. Starting with these absolute morons who impersonated ICE agents for an alleged TikTok prank. I mean, there are no words for how stupid impersonating a government official is for some simple social media attention. Dudes belong in the Hall of Fame of morons. So this all broke when Temple University in Philadelphia released a message to its community stating this. On February 1st, 2025, just before 10 p.m., 3 individuals were involved in the disruption of a business. Reports indicate that 2 individuals were impersonating U.S. Immigration Enforcement Unit, ICE agents, wearing shirts with police and ICE white lettering. The 3rd individual with the 2 impersonators were recording the interaction. I get they're trying to be edgy with the new president in place and the recent uptick of deportations, but impersonating a federal agent for a TikTok prank will always end terribly. How stupid do you have to be? Where was the upside here? Funny video? But the place doesn't even make sense.
Tonight, 2 people are wanted for allegedly impersonating ICE agents on Temple's campus. And Joanne, police say one of those involved is a Temple student.
That's right. Philadelphia police, right now, the lead agency on this investigation. 1 student was arrested so far, and there is a newly released surveillance photo of one of the other suspects. Student prank or stunt for social media clicks or whatever it was. Police here at the Temple are calling this a serious crime.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, impersonating a federal agent can be up to 2 years in prison. Again, the calculations on the potential upside versus downside here are completely botched. Like, this is an absolute disaster for their life.
No joke here. Philadelphia and University police are calling it a crime, and they arrested Temple University senior 22-year-old Aiden Stiegelman for impersonating an immigration and enforcement officer.
I mean, he played himself. Dude went from LARPing as the enforcer to getting enforced. It's safe to say he effed around a bit too much and simply found out. And apparently they did this at an on-campus insomnia cookies location, which is such a random spot to be doing this as well, because there's no way that's believable. Imagine seeing 2 college kids walking in wearing a garbage knockoff government agency ICE shirt, screaming ICE ICE, and then they have some dude walking behind them with like a Canon 80D or whatever, you know, the full-on vlogging camera. I feel like it would just be one of those moments where it gets silent for a couple seconds and then the chatter just continues. And now the dudes are facing prison time for this. For what? Was impersonating a federal agent really worth it? But they're currently looking for his friend.
All right, well, take a look. Here is a newly released surveillance photo of one of the suspects. You can see a black T-shirt. On one side, it says police. On the other side, it says ICE.
Right. Okay, clearly these guys are just geniuses and are clearly speedrunning the resume gap. Oh, can you explain that resume gap right there? Yeah, that's when I impersonated a federal ICE agent for a TikTok video and went to prison. That's just not gonna sound good on a resume or in any interview whatsoever. Like, come on, guys, let's do a little bit better here. And at this point, they already have his friend and his picture, so it won't be long until they find the other guy. But if you ever wanted to take control of your digital footprint and reduce the amount of information about you on the internet, well, data brokers are the problem, because we've all signed up for something with our number, and then suddenly you're being spammed by all sorts of telemarketers actually send them down. And that alone, for me, the service crazier stuff would be like your shopping. You can start taking your, I guess, Gen Z's version of Beavis and Butthead, as they went on to do one of the dumbest things possible just for some basic TikTok attention, because for some reason, they thought this would be a great idea to follow elementary school kids home from school and then ask if they want to get kidnapped, all for a TikTok video. How stupid do you have to be? Who sits there and goes, you know what? I know what we're gonna do today. We're going to stalk elementary school kids home and ask them if they want to get kidnapped, because that's great TikTok prank content. And this news, it broke from a Facebook post by Kyle Police Department in Texas, where it was stated 2 males were arrested after approaching children and asking if they wanted to be kidnapped. At approximately 3:20 p.m. on Wednesday, January 29th, a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old were walking home from Negley Elementary School when the suspects followed and approached the children. The children immediately contacted their parents, who notified Kyle Police Department. Upon arrival, the suspects told police officers they were repeating a social media prank. Officers subsequently arrested Kane, 19, and Lane, 18, both of Kyle, on charges of terroristic threats. Hayes Consolidated Independent School District officials have been notified of the incident. I mean, this is mind-bogglingly stupid and disgusting by these two guys. Leave kids out of your social media content, especially if they are not in on it. Everything that involves harassing strangers in public for your own content is garbage behavior, especially when it involves kids. And don't get me wrong, the man on the street content, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, as long as you ask for permission to use these people as content for your own videos. Like, there's a big difference between that and one of those man on the street guys who are just like, hey, do you want to be a part of this video? And then they offer them $1 or a mystery box. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, especially when you compare it to literally stalking kids home from school, then yelling, hey kids, do you want to get kidnapped? You played yourself at that point. That is literally a life skill issue. That's not only a content skill issue, that's a life skill issue, buddy. Like, because now they're facing up to 10 years. So Law and Crime dropped an article of the situation, which also gives us the mug shots. And this is where the information is slightly conflicting, because the police alleged that the guys were 19 and 18. Meanwhile, Law and Crime is saying it was 19 and 17. I'm gonna believe the police department as of right now, but we'll see. But here the article says a twisted social media prank in which a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old from Texas followed elementary school students home from school and asked if they wanted to be kidnapped. It has landed 2 teens behind bars on charges of making terroristic threats. So you have Kane and Lane, who were caught Wednesday after following a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old as they walked home from elementary school. The pair approached the 2 kids and asked if they wanted to be kidnapped as part of a prank for social media. The children immediately contacted their parents, who notified Kyle Police Department, and upon arrival, the suspects told officers they were repeating a social media prank. Sadly, this isn't a new trend. This is just something that one idiot decided to do, and then a bunch of idiots decided to follow suit. And now a bunch of these idiot followers are now facing up to 10 years in prison. But a large creator who's done stuff like this recently is known as Canel, where he would just go to a Walmart and say this.
Yo, little kid, what's good, bro? Psst. Can I kidnap you?
No.
I got Wi-Fi. Yo, look at this. Would you eat one of these?
No.
Why are you scared? Nah, they're not falling for the Wi-Fi thing anymore. Maybe if I said I got fried chicken, watermelon,
some
Glock 19.
Crazy.
The problem is, like, while that one isn't too bad, like, I still wouldn't want some random stranger to use my kid for content. But at least they were in public and the kid wasn't elementary school age, and he didn't come across as scary, at least. Unfortunately, though, it inspires other morons to attempt similar content, which...
Eyewitness News at 5. Coverage you can count on. On Eyewitness News at 5, the son of NBA legend Michael Jordan arrested in Orange County.
Marcus, do you have any regrets? Marcus, do you have anything to say about the charges?
From a strip club to a jail cell. Tonight, Channel 9 has new video and details on Marcus Jordan's night out. Leading to charges for cocaine, resisting arrest, and DUI. We have live team coverage on how it all unfolded and a glimpse into Jordan's past in Central Florida. And breaking news here at Channel 9, we have just obtained, actually within the last 20 minutes or so, this body camera video from Maitland Police last night showing officers arresting Michael Jordan's son, Marcus. Good evening, I'm Greg Warman.
And I'm Martha Sagowski. Officers found him early this morning, stuck on the Sunrail tracks. According to the arrest report, Jordan told officers he made the wrong turn and needed help getting off those tracks.
This guy was in the train tracks.
Officers say he reeked of alcohol, was slurring his speech, his eyes were bloodshot, and he was confused about where he was. We'll bring you more of this video coming up. We do have live team coverage for you on this developing story. We're going to begin tonight with Channel 9's Ashlyn Webb, who is live from the intersection in Maitland, where he was arrested. Ashlyn, police say he got stuck right there on the Sunrail track.
After this video, we stay until it's quick.
Yeah, and we're actually off of a dirt road right now. You can see where that ditch is left behind, where you can see Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, got stuck. He somehow managed to get on top of the Sunrail tracks here. Officers say when he got stuck on the tracks, he tried to back out of it. That's why you see that ditch here. The report says there were rocks piled around the front bumper of his Lamborghini, damaging the car. Now we're learning about what led up to this run-in with law enforcement.
With the video of this guy tripping.
This dash cam video shows a Seminole County deputy trying to pull over Marcus Jordan in his blue Lamborghini as he was driving down 1792
Appreciate you
in
too,
Maitland
Montana,
Tuesday
man.
morning, swerving and then taking off
Oh, for the
once the
follow
deputy
too, man.
turned on his
On
sirens.
IG. Let me know.
West
Hit
on
me on
Greenwood
that.
Drive.
It was less than 20